Well, Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to war, but they are not going together. They are warring against each other right now on the big, beautiful bill. On the one side, you got Donald Trump going after tax cuts, some spending reform, and you got Elon Musk saying, we can't afford this. We have $32 trillion in additional debt being added in this bill. There's a lot of dispute on whether this is going to be passed. Now, remember, this passed in the House of Representatives by one vote. One vote was the margin in the U.S. House of Representatives. That's how close it was. Who knows what's going to happen in the Senate? There's already a number of senators talking against this bill on the Republican side. Now, here's why this matters to you. In 2026, everybody's tax rate's going up. I don't care if you're in the highest bracket or you're in the lowest bracket. Everyone's rate's going to go up 2 to 3% because the tax cuts from Trump's first administration are set to expire. Also, small business owners, you're currently getting a 20% deduction on your income. That goes away next year too. In the bill that passed the House, that's going to 23%. The personal rates are staying down and going to stay at the lower rate. The child tax credit is going to go to $1,000 next year. It's set to go to $2,500 under the House approved bill. So there's a lot of wins for everyday Americans and small business owners. Now, Musk called this bill a disgusting abomination. This is Trump's signature bill, his first piece of legislation. He has called it the big, beautiful bill that's doing a lot of things. Now, what's happening in the Republican Party is they're already at war in the Senate. Now, this got personal really fast. Donald Trump saying he's going to return his red Tesla. Elon Musk saying Donald Trump was in the Epstein files. I mean, it started getting nasty very fast. This was not just about policy. It went personal real quick on social media. But the bigger overriding problem was Elon Musk brought a lot of people to Donald Trump. And there are a lot of Republicans who believe in this limited spending and a limited form of government that are not in favor of this big, beautiful bill. They are going to be emboldened by Elon Musk. Now, here's two senators you've got to watch out for that are big critics of the bill that is currently sitting in the Senate. Ron Johnson, a Republican from Wisconsin, has already said he does not like this spending and will not vote for this bill as it currently stands. He wants more cuts. Now, where does he want cuts? Entitlement programs. That's where most of the spending from our federal government is. The cuts he's asking for, he wants out of Medicare, Social Security, all these other programs. On the other side, you got Senator Hawley from Missouri, and he's saying, we can't cut this. The whole reason the Republican Party has had success is because we got working class voters to vote for us. Those are the ones we're going to be harming by all these cuts to these entitlement programs. So the Senate's kind of screwed. They've already got two people against it for two different reasons that you can't reconcile. You make one happy, you're going to piss off the other. And who knows about all these senators that aren't talking up yet. Now, here's the only pathway through for Republicans. It's cutting out some of the pork that Elon has been arguing about, keeping entitlement programs in place. They already have some cuts to Medicare that are pretty significant. But the House has already gone to war on this and only survived by one vote. What's going to happen in the Senate that also has razor-thin margins is going to be critical to whether this bill survives. But this could be the death knell, sadly, for this bill. Now, for me, I love this bill because of the tax cuts. It puts more money in Americans' pockets. And yes, I'm concerned about government spending, and there's definitely going to be cost to more government spending, but there's a philosophy you'd rather starve the government than continue to feed it, which is what we're doing. It's really about solving spending problems on the government side, not about taxing Americans more. So we can keep these two issues separate. Let's give Americans tax relief, and let's figure out how to curb spending separately. Let's not put the tax cuts on the same table as spending. Now, the problem that Musk did is he went into the government like any of us that could go into our own personal finances, our own business, and be like, this is wasteful spending. But the big thing you realize when you look at the American budget and what we're spending is interest we're paying on debt. Just like any of us that might have credit cards or lines of credit or loans in our business, look at that and said, what is really crushing us? It's not this expense and this waste we can cut. We want to do that, of course, and Musk feel like they've done that or put the pathway to do that. But what's really crushing the American budget is this interest on debt. I'm not dismissing that. I think that's critical and important. Not meaning to be political here, but that's really what's at stake and what the Republican Party is battling amongst themselves. Because what do they love? They love tax cuts and they love curbing government spending. Those two things are in conflict now in this bill. Now stay tuned to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll be updating you on what happens. There's likely going to be an amended version of the bill based on this blow up between Musk and Trump that's going to try to satisfy some people. It's going to try and get Senator Johnson, try and get Senator Hawley on board, trying to get some of these other senators that haven't said anything publicly to get them on board. Frankly, many of them are talking behind closed doors because they don't want to piss off Trump and get primaried. So we'll see how this gets reconciled. I'm expecting an amended bill. Senator Paul's in on this too and supporting Musk and the limited spending. The problem that's going to happen is if they pass a different bill, it's got to go back to the House. And Speaker Johnson is already like, hey, Musk, stick to building rockets. Let me legislate and actually make bills and legislation and policy and figure this stuff out, because he only survived by one vote on the first time. This gets traded back. We'll see what happens. There's going to be a lot of strong arming that's going to happen to get this bill through. Frankly, it's going to be on Trump to make this happen. He lost probably his biggest ally and public supporter in Elon Musk. That fueled a lot of money behind Trump's campaign and other Republicans, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Sadly, this is a big problem for the big, beautiful bill, and it's putting these tax cuts in jeopardy that would be putting more money back in your pocket next year. So make sure you're subscribed and staying tuned. I'll be updating you as this develops. I'm Matt Sorensen. We'll see you next time.